Hi all, I hope you enjoyed my introduction, because it's a new one. I'm going to be doing a series called 3Cs in the 4NCL, where I'm going to go through all games by 3Cs played in the 4NCL, like all the good ones, like exciting ones. So we had a good season. It was like our first season. We had like a team of kids, but we won a few games and we didn't disgrace ourselves against people above 2000. So, because it's my series, I'm going to start one of my own games. And I was white against a player called David Woodruff, who was FIDE rated 1609 at about 124 ECF. And you get to see my amazing Alkyd anti-grunfeld in action again. Okay, let's go. D4, knight f6, c4, g6, f3, d5. So I've seen this from my game against Tim Hilton. Takes, e4, and now the critical move is knight b6. Knight f6 is probably inaccuracy because it blocks in the dark square bishop, and it makes it easier for white to develop the f1 bishop because it can always go c4. Because the main drawback of this line is the traffic jam created by the f3 pawn. So knight f6. Then I continue normally with bishop e3, bishop g7, bishop c4. See, if the knight was on b6, I wouldn't be able to do that. And now, if the knight did end up on b6 somehow, I can always go back to b3. And now, typical, looks like might be a mistake in this line is to play e6. I've already seen this mistake. So he just hems in that bishop. But it does, I suppose, blunt the pressure on f7. But once black castles f7, it's really a problem. Anyway, I continue with some non-development with knight e2. Castles. Knight bc3. And now, I personally think black should have developed the knight onto d7 onto b6 would have been better. Force bishop back to b3. And on c6 it blocks the c pawn, which could later be used under my d4, although it can't at the moment. a6 is also quite good as well, like a preemptive strike at the queen side, which is why I'm probably going to castle. c6. Queen d2, preparing the bishop h6 too, because if I exchange the dark square bishops off, then I can get a crushing attack. a6, so it's like, again, he wants to kick the bishop away, and also it's like a preemptive strike, so I'm probably going to castle queenside. And here Houdini's suggesting that I castle kingside, but I look castling queenside is quite risky. Yeah, I just want to win this game. So I had a couple of because it was a 3-game weekend this, and I'd lost the 2 games early in the weekend, so and I felt I should win this game. So the opponent was really much higher rated than me. In fact, rather than castling at all, I played rook c1, taking the half open file. I went h4 straight away. Just got on with the attack. I put him on b5, continue his plan. Drop the bishop back to b3. And I went knight a5. So he's either gonna play knight c4 and then I have to take. Otherwise he wins the important e3 bishop. And more importantly, but then again, if I take, then he gets the open b line for his rook, which is not very good. Oh, he can take on b3 and then double my pawn, right? Completely fracture my queenside pawns and win the 2 bishops in open position. So is this looking bad for me? Well, I could go bishop h6, but instead I fought for a long time, about 25 minutes. I decided on h5. Now, it's a pawn sack. It's a bit like a dragon where the idea is after take you go g4. Now let's look at some of black's alternatives here. Suggestion here, an interesting one, looks like b4. Knight a4. Knight takes. Pawn takes. Knight takes h5. Queen takes b4. And f5 with advantage to white. And white's now going to come into c5 with very strong pressure. See what else there was. Taking the g pawn is obviously bad because you just go g4 and you just completely open it all up. What else is there? You can take on b3 straight away, but the move played in the game, which was played surprisingly quickly. I mean, if I had faced h5, I'd have fought for a long time, but my opponent practically instantly took on h5 with the knight. And then I carried on the plan with g4. Knight f6. and then bishop h6. This is the idea, of course. I've sacrificed the pawn, but I've opened up the h file, get some dangerous pressure on h7. Any moment I can always castle queenside and double rooks on the h file. But the main difference is that sometimes in the dragon, if you play g5 to kick the knight away, you can always slide into h5 and you just have to sack an exchange. But on this, I can play e5 any second and kick the knight away from h7, so it's an improved version. In fact, I'm giving the advantage over. In fact, the move suggested is bishop h8, just sacking the exchange. So I take, queen takes, knight c1's giving us best here. b4, knight 3 e2. And black hasn't really got any compensation for exchange. He's got a pawn for it, and it's going to be hard to get a king to a relatively safe spot, but I've still got attacking chances, but it's preferable to the game anyway. Knight takes b3 instead. Might as well mess with my pawn structure and win 2 bishops. That's compensation. Takes. Rook e8. So which is a terrible move. Because I'm just gonna, I can always take a g7 with queen x6 check. So see if there's anything better. Maybe bishop b7. Keep f7 defending the rook and then bring the bishop in. No, that's bad as well. Takes. Takes. Check. Yep, game over this. Oh, what else is there here? Is there any defense here? That's crushing. Already, it moves 16. On black's, apart from going offside, there was nice, never made any serious mistakes. In fact, given the exchange, given his best again, there's even less compensation because, because after bishop h8, takes, there's knight takes b5 here. Because obviously, if it takes, you win the rook on i8, so there's no pawn to the exchange. So black's compensation is negligible. Yeah, it's crushing this, but I do give him a chance. After rook e8, takes, and now I actually get my move order wrong. I thought it doesn't matter if you play queen a6 check. You can play queen a6 check or e5, and it doesn't matter which one's first. However, after e5, I actually given black a defense here. It's quite about my opponent missed it as well, which is lucky. I didn't even see it until after the game. So back to me even defend yourself. 5. I remember to stop the video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Black would have just gone knight g8. It says that queen can't come into h6, and in fact I'm just practically down the pawn here. I mean, I come, can I win it back with knight takes b5? But then here comes bishop b7, and all of a sudden I'm probably going to get subjected to a dangerous counter-attack here. In fact, pawn f3 is going, so this doesn't look too good, so that's probably not best to take on b5. But now bishop b7 is coming anyway. I should go on knight e4 as best. Bishop b7. And now I'm white's struggling for compensation here, because it's not just that black's got a bishop against a knight, or bishop and knight against 2 knights. White's queenside pawn structure is fractured. White's got no safe place for his king, and he's down the pawn. There's practically no compensation here. So black should probably win this. Houdini's giving an advantage of about half a pawn, but I think it's even more than that, because it's very hard for White's king to be safe. So I'll probably missed a chance there. Instead went knight d5, centralising but losing, because now I can just go back to the other line where I should have played check, king g8. And now the key point is that let's say I was thinking, let's say I take an h7, king f8. Seeing as the problem is that I've let black's king kind of escape. In fact, the advantage isn't so crushing as it is in the game. Let's see. But there's an interesting line here which goes takes, queen takes, knight f4, queen takes f3, takes, and rook f1, winning the queen. So a queen for a rook and bishop, so white should win. And there's also a threat of king g1 followed by mate and f1, so this is crushing as well. But I thought a better idea in queen takes h7 check. I thought black's king's not going anywhere. h7 carry over defending because of pawn f6, so why not just go knight e4 to g5 takes h7, move the knight and go queen h8, mate. I played this quite quickly as well. After that long think on h5, seen a lot of this. My opponent doesn't really well, there's not really anything he can do, so he just develops a piece. Carry on with knight g5. In fact, queen d7, there's no defense here at all, but this walks into a forced mate, which is what happens. See if you can find it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, takes. Anything, queen e7, check, mate. So that was a very good attack again, I think, by me, but I did mess up at one point. If they'd found knight j8, I'd have been in trouble. But it was a good quick win now at 24 moves, captured the miniature against high rated opponent. Gave me a good 1800 performance for 4 NTL. And I'll continue my series maybe later today. By the way, the website's opening at 6 PM today at UK time. Also check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/epicchess. And thank you for watching and see you on YouTube. Thanks very much.